Hi, I'm David. Welcome to Wildlife in Focus. This episode is everything you need to know about the lesser horseshoe bat, scientific name Rhinolophus hipposideros. The lesser horseshoe bat is one of the two species of horseshoe bats found in the UK. This small bat, comparable in size to a pipistrelle, typically weighs just under 5 grams. A notable characteristic of this species is its resting behavior. It hangs by its feet from ceilings or walls. Unlike other bat species, which often crawl, horseshoe bats have adapted to this hanging lifestyle, resulting in a diminished ability to crawl effectively. Consequently, they rely on flying into their roosts, which can pose challenges, particularly in modern architectural settings. The name horseshoe is derived from the distinctive shape of their nose leaf, which plays a crucial role in enhancing their echolocation capability. This unique adaptation allows them to focus their echolocation calls into a highly directional beam. Coupled with their high-frequency calls, this feature makes it challenging for potential prey to detect them as they approach. Lesser horseshoe bats primarily feed on a diverse array of insects such as craneflies, small moths, caddisflies, lacewings, small beetles, parasitic wasps, and spiders. These bats are agile foragers, often hunting amidst woodland vegetation, where they can navigate effectively through the cluttered environment. Additionally, they forage over pastures and along sheltered hedgerows and tree lines. Did you know? Horseshoe bats, unlike many other bat species, possess the unique ability to wiggle their ears. This characteristic is especially pronounced in lesser horseshoe bats, whose highly mobile ears aid in accurately locating their prey. This species flourishes in a diverse landscape characterized by a combination of grazed small pastures and woodlands. The presence of hedgerows plays a crucial role in enhancing connectivity between these habitats, supporting the species' thriving populations. Geographically, lesser horseshoe bats are predominantly found in southwest England and Wales. While their range has contracted over the past century, factors such as climate change and careful land management might allow for a potential return to their original distribution, extending as far north as Yorkshire. Interestingly, there has been a verified sighting of the lesser horseshoe bat in Scotland. Lesser horseshoe bats exhibit strong loyalty to their roosts, often returning to the same locations across generations. This species is particularly sensitive to artificial lighting, which can deter them from foraging areas. The presence of light affects their movement along hedgerows and other linear features in the landscape. Typically, a lesser horseshoe bat's core foraging area is within 2 kilometers of its roost. Notably, these bats will also forage during winter months, during which their core range shrinks to about 1.2 kilometers from their hibernation sites. In terms of roosting, lesser horseshoe bats prefer larger rural houses and stable blocks during the summer, often settling in roof spaces or warmer areas like boiler rooms. For winter hibernation, they seek cool, stable, and humid sites such as mines and caves. Mating in lesser horseshoe bats occurs during the autumn and winter months, during which the female stores sperm until spring, when conditions become favorable for fertilization. In the spring, maternity colonies are established, and typically in June or July, a single pup is born. The lactation period lasts approximately 5 weeks, at which point the young bats are capable of flying and foraging for insect food. Additionally, lesser horseshoe bats have a lifespan that can extend into their 20s. The domestic cat is the main predator of lesser horseshoe bats. Lesser horseshoe bats have experienced a decline in prey availability primarily due to agricultural intensification practices. The use of insecticides in livestock has notably reduced dung fauna, which serves as a key food source for these bats. Additionally, the fragmentation of landscapes due to development and new infrastructure, along with the proliferation of artificial lighting, has disrupted their commuting routes and rendered certain foraging areas inaccessible. Noise and disturbances at roosting sites can have adverse effects, particularly on maternity roosts and hibernation sites, which are especially vulnerable. Furthermore, the loss of native woodlands and practices that diminish deadwood, understory vegetation, and wet woodlands have negatively impacted this species. Historical losses of maternity roosts can be attributed to the conversion of large, old buildings, such as houses and stables, into modern accommodations. The use of highly toxic chemicals for timber treatment also posed a significant risk, with detrimental effects lingering long after application. However, these chemicals are no longer in use, and legislation enacted in 1981 provides protections for bat roosts and ensures access to them. These measures have likely contributed to the stabilization of lesser horseshoe bat populations in England. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please subscribe if you want to see more like this. It really helps the channel.